All right, so now that you know the mistakes that beginning copywriters make, and now that you're not making those mistakes anymore, and now that you know how to research your buyers and use the words that they use in your messaging, we're gonna learn about how to craft a sales message. We're gonna learn about why most sales messages actually aren't high converting, and we're gonna learn how to fix it. It's pretty easy to fix it. So I'm so excited to share with you these lessons because this module, module 3 and module 4, is probably the most valuable module that I can share with anybody about copywriting. So let's get started. You're gonna learn 3 surefire ways to structure all your sales messages. No matter what sales message you're writing, no matter how long it is, it's got these elements in some way, shape, or form, okay? We're gonna learn that. We're gonna learn the differences between headlines, benefit statements, and call to actions, and we're gonna learn to apply that in everything that you do, not just sales messages, right? Number 3, we're gonna learn the anatomy of every $1 million landing page ever. I'm gonna give you real examples to show you exactly what I'm talking about, so let's get started. So, 3 surefire ways to structure your sales messages. The first way might be a way that you've heard of if you studied copywriting before. It's the PAS method, right? P-A-S. P stands for problem, A stands for agitate, and 3 stands for solution. Okay, so for example, the problem, you're not making enough money. Agitate. How long do you want to keep worrying about your bills, putting food on the table, and whether or not you'll have a roof over your heads? Solution. Luckily for you, product can help you transform your finances so that you never have to feel lost in your finances ever again. Okay, so that's a really smooth way, right? There's a reason why when we look at advertisements, we're like, oh, that's an advertisement. Number 1, because they all follow a similar structure. Number 2, because that's a structure that works. And you'll see that as I share these structures with you, there are a few common threads. One common thread is that they all appeal to what the prospect or customer or reader wants solved, okay? They all use language that either addresses the problems that prospects are dealing with, right? That's why we did all that research in module 2, or it shows you what the dream outcome could be for you, okay? If you were to buy this product. That's also why we did the research in module 2. And so if you didn't do the research in module 2, make sure you do. If you did, great. Sit down, pay attention. This is gonna be good, all right? Get rid of all your distractions. Let's move on. So, number 2, the topic benefits solution formula. I like to call this the TBS, okay? Topic. You can run profitable ads too, right? If you're running Facebook ads and you're running Amazon ads, you don't know how to run those ads, well, I'm telling you, you can run profitable ads too. What if you had a proven blueprint to $100,000 so that you never lacked clarity about what you need to do to build a profitable venture? How about a personal mentor that's been there, done that, which means he tackles the obstacles with you? What if we didn't make money until you make money, which means you literally take on 0 risk? With, I don't know, Agency X, we're so confident we can elevate your cash flow, we won't take your money unless we do. Wow, okay? This is good copy for a marketing agency, right? If you're in the business of performance-based marketing, this is pretty good, right? So, what's good about this? There's a clear topic, right? It's a topic that people care about. And if this would be an ad, we could also include another headline that directly addresses either a problem or a dream outcome, right? So in this case, this addresses the dream outcome. So this ad, if this was an ad, it's targeting, wait for it, do you remember? Warm traffic, okay? Not cold, not hot, warm traffic. We're presenting a solution and then we're introducing ourselves, okay? So in the benefits area, it talks a lot about what you can get out of the program, get out of the service. What's this gonna do for you? What is in it for you, okay? And then solution, call to action with blah, blah, blah. We're so confident we can elevate your cash flow that we won't take your money unless we do. And then number 4, we can probably add a call to action and say like, click here to learn more or something like that, right? So that's something that could be in a Facebook ad or it could be in a video ad, okay? So you'll notice that this messaging deals with the prospect's dream outcome, right? The agitate messaging deals with the prospect's problems, okay? And obstacles and questions, okay? So first way, pass. Second way, TBS. Third way is the worst outcome, dream outcome, solution formula, okay? So here's the example. Hey, cleaning your toilet, how about the gunk on your toilet scrubber? Ew, okay? Dream outcome. There's a way your toilet could be spotless in seconds while you keep your hands clean and dry, okay? Solution. XXX is your no contact solution to whatever benefit that you're trying to solve, whatever dream outcome you're trying to create, okay? So why is this powerful? It's powerful because you use 3 sentences to bring the audience, prospect, customer down to the depths of what is the worst thing that can happen. And then you present them to here's what actually is the best idea that could happen to you if you took action. And then the solution is presented as the bridge between the lowest point and the highest point, right? Your product is the solution. So these messages, these formats and structures, you will see again and again and again appear, okay? So this format could be a structure for a sales landing page, okay? Which inside a landing page could have a video that follows the same structure, right? And then within the video, right, the script of the video has probably bullets, right? Those bullet points probably follow the same structure, right? There's very little variation, right? This is what works, and so this is why it's used. All right, so now that you know the 3 types of structures you can have in a sales message, and if you don't know, go back in the video, read the PowerPoint again, but if you do, we can move on, right? So keeping this structure in mind, now, what is the difference between headlines, benefit statements, and call to action? If you really think about it, headlines are what somebody sees first, okay? Benefit statements are what somebody sees second, and then call to actions are what somebody sees at the end. And so if you notice, these structures all have 3, right, parts to them. And so it's very easy for us to change part 1, the topic or the problem or the worst outcome, into a headline. And then we can change part 2, right, the dream outcome, the benefits, the agitations, into bullets, right, or benefit statements that include these agitations. And then part 3, for a call to action, we include our solution, right? So whatever our solution is, we include that as a part of call to action. Okay, so keeping that in mind, here are the differences between headlines, benefit statements, and CTAs. Headlines only have one purpose: to stop people in their tracks and get them to keep paying attention ethically. Okay, keyword ethically. Okay, there are a lot of ways to get people's attention. I can be like, hey, what's up? Right? Or I can be like, oh my God, this sucks. You gotta tell me, pay attention. Let me tell you why this sucks. Let me tell you what my unfortunate circumstances are. Right? So that's not gonna work unless your benefit statements also support your headline and they're relevant to the audience. So what about benefit statements? They also only have one purpose: to give good enough reason for people to take the action you want them to take, whether that is go to your sales page, whether that is watch a video, whether that is send you an email, whether that is closing the sale. Okay? Last thing, call to action also have only one purpose: to get people to take the intended action right there and then. As soon as they see your call to action, you want them to click. Okay? Why? Because your headline got their attention, your benefits established the value, and now they're ready to take action. And so you'll notice in good landing pages, there are actually multiple spots that allows people to take actions. And this is the case. This is especially true if it's a landing page where people have to pay money. So if you look at some websites that sell online products, there are usually multiple places to buy, right? Because some people, they're just looking to buy. So they go to the page, they buy. Some people, they need a little help, right? They need a little support, right? They need to understand the value of the product before they make the decision, and that's perfectly fair. And so in the web page, you include those benefit statements that allow the prospect to do that. So headline, benefit statements, call to actions, right? This formula, similar to the way we structure sales messages, the headline, benefits, calls to action formula is repeated throughout everything that you actually see online that is actually good. Let me show you what I mean by that. So look at this. The differences between headlines, benefit statements, and CTAs in different formats, right? So for example, if you're running a paid ad, right, your headline is going to be an image on Facebook, right? If you're running Facebook ads, it's going to be an image or it's going to be a headline, right? And then your benefit statements is actually going to be the benefits. You have to give reasons to why people should care after they've paid attention, right? And then your call to action is the call to action, right? Click here, learn more, buy now, shop now, right? Those are your call to actions. For a YouTube video, right? Like if you're a YouTuber, your headline is your title, is your thumbnail, is your hook in the first 0 to 2 to 3 seconds of your video, right? Your benefit statements is the agenda. It's also the meat and potatoes, like what people are actually going to get in the video, right? And then after you've provided the meat and potatoes, you now give a reason, right? You now have a reason for people to like and subscribe. And that's your call to action. Every YouTube video, every YouTuber is all about the, hey, like and smash that subscribe button or smash that like button, right? So there's no reason for people to do that unless you give them a reason to, that you've provided value in the beginning, right? And so when we see YouTube videos, that's why sometimes when we click on YouTube videos, what do they do in the first 10 seconds? They provide the highlights of the whole video, right? And so that keeps people's attention because people are now looking for that part in the video. In an email, your headline is your subject line. Your benefits is the email content that you provide that is valuable, right? And then a call to action could be a social interaction, could be an affiliate link, or it could be just answer this question, right? Like reply an email, okay? Your blog, same thing. Your title is the headline, right? Your benefits is the snippet that you write for Google, right? So you optimize for snippets on Google search, right? And your blog content is also the benefits, right? All your subheadings are benefits, right? Your call to actions are, again, social interactions, affiliate links. Hey, like if you're interested in this camera, here's where you can buy it. Amazon affiliate link, done. Okay, so that's after you review the actual product if you're building an affiliate review website. Okay, what about podcasts? A podcast starts with highlights, right? It's got podcast content, right? Or it's got sponsored content for calls to action, okay? So sponsors usually appear at the beginning of podcast episodes. If they have nothing to do with the podcast whatsoever, that's just a segment, okay? But you'll see that for podcast interviews, a lot of people like to end the podcast with, hey, if my audience wants to learn more about you being the person I'm interviewing, where can they find you, right? And then that person shares their socials. They either share a link to their website, so on and so forth. That doesn't happen in the beginning because you haven't delivered the benefits yet, okay? Instagram posts. Your first image is your hook, all right? Your first image. Then you got your description and your subsequent images if you're doing a carousel. That's the content, right? And your call to action, like and follow, right? Like and follow. So you can begin to see that this format is prevalent in anything that you create online that people consume, okay? And if somebody isn't following this format, chances are, right? Chances are they're either doing a totally different format that doesn't have anything to do with this, or they're just not good, right? So by totally different format, sometimes I mean things like if you're trying to make a documentary, okay, documentary even applies, right? Like if you're trying to film a skit, skits also apply, right? If you're writing fiction, this applies, right? Like you need to hook the audience, right? And after you hook the audience, you need to build in a rising action. And then you need to bring the audience to the climax of your book, right? And then you have a denouement. And then in the end, if you're a good fiction author, hopefully you have a page that says, hey, thank you for reading this book. If you want more, here's where you can get more. And then you link them to another book, right? Or you link them to sign up for your mailing list, okay? So understanding the differences between headlines, benefits statements, and CTAs are not enough. You need to be able to see where it plays out in the content that you consume. And my encouragement to you is, first of all, practice this format. In your product descriptions, practice this format. We're gonna see examples in the next module of a really good product description that uses this exact format, okay? So practice this format in the content you create, and observe for this format in the content you consume, okay? Really good content all follow these formats, okay? Cool. Cool? Cool. All right, let's move on. The anatomy of every $1 million landing page ever, okay? I've highlighted 3 things that all of them have, and then I've highlighted 3 more things that some of them have, okay? So the first thing that all of them have is a headline that keeps the audience's attention by addressing either the pain or solution, okay? The second thing after the headline gets the audience's attention is either a video or a written sales letter that shows the benefits of the product that you're trying to sell or the action that you're trying to get them to take. Remember, a sales letter doesn't really just have to do with selling products. As long as you're trying to get somebody to do something, whatever that is, whether it involves a financial transaction or not, you're trying to sell them on the idea of something. Okay, and then number 3, you have a call to action for them to do that thing. Number 4, if people, right, like if your landing page is a place where people have to give up something, right, or if you want to prepare for a situation where people might not watch your video, number 4 applies, right? You also have bullets that shows probably the same benefits that the video also show. And then you provide another call to action. You give them another chance to take action. And then number 6, you have a closing, and that's your last chance to get them to take action, where you increase urgency and scarcity. This is totally optional, and you should do it only if it makes sense and only if you're telling the truth. One thing that I hate about landing pages and sales web pages are those countdown timers, right? Like, what? Like, you're not gonna take my money after 6 hours, right? Like, if you're selling a $1,000 course and it's counting down from 6 hours, you're not gonna take my money after 6 hours. Are you sure? Right? Like, I hate those because they're fake, they're false, okay? But here's the thing you can use to increase urgency. Like, if you're in a client-facing business. So here's what you can do. You're only one person, right? You can only take on 10 clients at any one time. We'll include that in the end, right? Only 10 spots available in any given enrollment period, right? Same thing if you're a teacher of a course, right? Same thing if you sell physical products. You can be like, hey, I'm only including this bonus with the first 100 units that is shipped, all right? So that's something you can do. Or, hey, the first 100 copies ordered gets an author signature, okay? So stuff like that can be used to increase urgency and scarcity, all right? Or you can do so with price, right? The price is going up in a week, right? It's gonna double in a week, right? So get it now before it doubles in a week, okay? So this anatomy is prevalent everywhere. Let me show you. This is the landing page for a free ebook offer, okay? and you'll see that the headline says, hey, free ebook offer from Dorian Virtue continues. Don't let anything dull your sparkle. How to break free of drama and negativity, right? And then they go into a sales letter that isn't a video format, but that's okay because it's got bullets instead. And because it's got bullets already, it does not have the bullets from point number 4, right? So let's read some of these bullets, right? Go from self-blame to self-confidence. Go from self-blame to self-confidence, right? Remember that format, right? The worst outcome, the best outcome, right? Go from self-blame to self-confidence. Stop the unhealthy stress drama cycle, right? Spot and avoid drama addicted people, right? Hear and follow your inner warning systems, right? So all of these bullet points help the ebook establish value that people would have gotten if they read your book anyways, but people aren't going to read the book if you don't establish the value of the book, right? People are going to buy your product if they don't know that it can help them, okay? That's why copywriting is so important. It helps you help more people. Okay, so call to action, get your free ebook now. Okay, closing to increase urgency and scarcity, right? Get the ebook for free for a limited time. Okay, and then down there you got like another benefit statement to just close things out. Okay, this format is everywhere. Okay, here's something totally different, right? digitalmarketer.com. Headline, right? Free 3-part mini class, the 3X method, 7 conversion hacks to triple any business in 6 months or less. Great headline, right? And then they actually have a video sales letter that I'm not going to play for you, but you can probably Google it and find it online. They've got a call to action. Click here for instant access to video 1. Okay? Simple stuff. Another one, free download. Headline, 1-page productivity planner used by CEOs and achievers worldwide. People are like, oh my gosh, CEOs use this stuff, right? I want to see how CEOs can be productive, and I want to apply those principles to myself, right? Here is the benefits, right? Or the sales letter, right? Free video and download teach you how, so there's a typo there, right? Teach you how millionaires schedule their day, manage time, get more done, and influence others to help them win every day, right? This could have been easily in bullet form, but it's fine, right? It does the same thing. He's communicating the benefits of the action that the audience would get if they took action, okay? It was a long sentence. Call to action, download the 1-page planner, right? Put in your name, email, okay? So they give the audience a little guarantee in the end, right? Here at High Performance Academy, we hate spam, right? So we will never share your info, right? Just to make the audience a little more secure, right? That they're not going to get spammed when they put their email in, okay? Here is another one. This is the last one. These things are everywhere. You can just find it online, okay? Headline, get ready to ensure your financial future. This is by the Motley Fool. If you invest in any way, you've probably heard of them, okay? So here is their sales letter, right? We'll give you the tools you need to get started. Every day you'll get an email from us walking you through one of the 13 steps in plain English. No Wall Street jargon here. 13 steps to investing. Better yet, you got nothing to lose because the 13 steps are free. Get started below. They enter their email in and then continue is the call to action. Do you want to continue? There's 13 steps that I'll give to you for free to ensure your financial future. Put in your email, continue. Okay? Easy stuff. So this is the format of $1 million landing pages. Some of these landing pages have literally generated leads that are worth millions of dollars or have sold product that is worth millions of dollars. A lot of these landing pages just don't offer free lead magnets, right? Like once somebody puts their email in, a lot of these landing pages have a pop-up to something that the audience can then buy if they wish, right? And so if you're running ads to a landing page and you have an offer in the back end that you sell to somebody that's put their email in and they actually buy from you, that's a way to recover your ad costs, right? Russell Brunson calls this a self-liquidating offer, right? It pays for itself. So this is the landing page format. Don't do anything else. Don't get complicated. Just write a headline, write some benefit statements, right? Use the language of your prospects, address your prospects or your audience, give them a call to action. That's it, all right? So in the next module, my favorite module, we're gonna dive in Because how are you going to know how to write headlines and benefit statements if you've never learned them? So we're going to learn that in the next module, right? How to write high quality headlines, even if you're a beginner with no experience, even if English is not your first language. Second thing that we're going to learn, we're going to help you unlock the power of bullets to 10x the value of whatever you're selling, okay? There are two purposes to bullets that you're going to learn next class. Third thing, I'm going to give you the copy-paste ad formulas for video sales letters, for descriptions, and for scripts that work everywhere, on Amazon, on TikTok, on Meta ads. I think we can actually call them Meta now. It's not Facebook, Instagram anymore. And then landing pages, right? Sales pages. I'm going to show you real-life examples of all of those, okay? So next lesson is arguably the most valuable lesson. So make sure you apply everything from this lesson, get the landing page set up, and then next lesson, I encourage you to write your headlines and bullets and benefits first, right? The next lesson, we're actually going to unpack everything to see if your headlines and your bullets are actually good. I'm going to give you a specific format, okay? Until then, enjoy, have a great one, and I hope you're learning lots. Apply, see ya.